All right. So I think we're gonna get straight into the game design document. Yeah. Inspiration document. I'll probably yeah, I don't think we're gonna do that. We're probably gonna go back to the brainstorming document at some point in time. So we're gonna put this on the other screen or on the other monitor so I can go back and forth. Yeah, see, we're gonna go back to the brainstorming document because we haven't. I didn't brainstorm. I didn't think of anything UI related or level design or the story, right? Like I didn't brainstorm anything about the story, the plot, the writing, the lore, nothing. So that's gonna, that adds so much. So the majority of video games should require an inclusion or a variation of the following sections: story, characters, level, environment design, gameplay, art, sound and music, user interface, game controls, accessibility, and monetization. This list is by no means exhaustive or applicable to every game. Some of these sections might not appear in the GDD itself, but instead would appear in supplemental documents. Um, so we're gonna start with the concept, the game concept. So um, Project Hawthorne is a single player game, single player, open world, role playing game that is set in a fantasy world. Right? Pretty basic, pretty non-vague. We'll get more into it. It's just what it's going to be about, or what it is, what the game actually is. Project will focus on combat, on players, on combat against multiple enemy types with replayable content. So endgame. Uh, will focus on the player's progression, right? That's the main focus. You're progressing through the game. I want the player to feel stronger. The more that they get, the more that they can build their character. They can feel that progression. They can see that progression. It's tangible. It's not, there's gonna be no, I don't want enemy scaling. I want you to go to a first part and struggle, move on, get stronger, but be able to come back if you need some kind of resource or something and not still struggle. I dislike when that happens, because then it doesn't feel like my character's gotten any stronger. Combat. Okay. So technically you're supposed to, like, the game concept portion, you're supposed to break up into even more portions. But introduction, background, description, key features. We'll do description. We'll make that a heading 2. Heading 2. Key features. So, description. Project Hawthorne is a single-player open-world role-playing game that is set in a fantasy world. Yeah. Project will focus on the player's progression, combat with different enemy types, and replayable content. Key features. So for key features, do I want to reiterate single player open world stuff like that, or do I want to put in things that's going to make this game unique, right? Because how many single player open world role playing games set in a fantasy world are there, right? There's a million of them. So do I want to reiterate on that as a key feature? I don't think that's a key feature. I think that's just the basis of the game. That's the foundation of the game. The key features, yeah, so the key features, things like spell crafting. Yeah, these things are gonna be what makes the game different. Need a thing. Throughout the player's journey, they will gain access to spellcrafting. to the ability gain. They will gain the ability to craft spells. Each spell created. I don't want to say each spell will be created because there's this after a certain while, right? Spell crafting system is how do I want to say this? Throughout the player's journey, they will gain the ability to craft spells. Each spell will differ and be unique. They will be crafted from multiple components and combined together to give the spell certain attributes, characteristics. The alchemy, the potion crafting is going to be very similar. Is going to be very similar to this. It's going to be a balance issue, I think. Being able to make sure that the player making sure the player just isn't super strong and magic is super more powerful than melee combat, right? And also at the same time making sure one crafted spell isn't significantly like there. I don't want there to be one spell that rules them all, kind of thing, right? We don't want that. We want there to be variety. We want there to be whatever your power fantasy is. If you want to be a fire mage, or you want to be a necromancer, or we don't want fire mages to be the only way to go, to be the highest damage, the most potent, you know. We should spell this out. We should really spell this out. So this is like a description, and we'll go into another thing of this system is system works by combining well, hold on. Yeah, this system works by combining four do we want to do 4 or 3? Then we can always change it. So we'll do 4, combining 4 ingredients. Each ingredient has 4 characteristics. With certain characteristics weighing more than others, therefore being able to create a spell, right? So you go to the spell crafting station and you put in 4 ingredients, and each ingredient has 4 attributes to it. I think attributes might be a better word there. Each ingredient has 4 attributes. So say you have 4 ingredients, 3 of them, let's say 3 of them are we'll go back. By combining 4 ingredients, 3 ingredients are what determines the characteristics of the spell, while the 4th is the potency, right? I think that's the way it will go. Is the 4th ingredient will be the potency, so that way you're not getting, like, you're not cheesing some ingredients in the very beginning and able to create spells that you shouldn't be getting. So it'd be kind of like a power gate, right? Each 3 ingredients, we'll call these what do we want to call these? We gotta come up with names for each of these too, right? So like the 4th one we'll just call we'll call something along the lines of potency. But what are we gonna call attribute synonym? We could call it like elemental. No, because then you think elemental, you think when you say element, you think of like fire, water, stuff like that. So we'll do distinction. We'll just for now. This can all change. Called distinction elements. Are what determines the characteristics of the spell, while the 4th called potency is the strength. I cannot type. Alright. Okay, so throughout the player's journey, they will gain the ability to craft spells. Each spell will differ and be unique. They will be crafted from multiple components and combined together to give the spell certain characteristics. Right. Okay. This system works by combining 4 ingredients. 3 ingredients called distinction elements are what determines the characteristics of the spell, while the 4th, potency, is the strength. Okay. Each of the distinction elements will have 4 attributes to them. Each attribute has a preconceived is that the right word? Is that the word I want to use? Formed before having the evidence of its truth. Okay. Predetermined. Has a predetermined. That's the word I'm looking for. Weight or importance. For example, a fire. For example, a fire attribute weighs more than frost. And this might all change. This is just like how I'm kind of thinking about the system now. This might change according to how I want to balance it, because like I said previously, I don't want fire to be more important than frost, right? But they're also going to have like damage types. That's something we need to put in here. Damage types, right? So like each damage type is going to have certain characteristics to the damage type. So let's say flame damage type, they take more damage. They take more melee damage, right? If an enemy is set ablaze, they take more melee damage. Or if an enemy is frozen, then they move slower, along those lines. I want to have multiple damage types in the game. So, key features overview. The 4 attributes associated with distinction elements are categorized as, man, come on, as damage type, okay, well, we don't need to, because I don't want to name those yet, because I'm not entirely sure what I want to name them. So as the damage type, the visible, no, the cast speed. Is that something I want to do? Do I want to have casting times? Because I feel like, especially with putting the potency as its own thing, you could have, we could do a damage multiplier. Damage multiplier. And physical appearance. Right? So each distinction element has, so each ingredient has a damage type, right? So let's put something together real quick. insert table, 2x2. So like this will be Nightshade. I will do so like I don't know how to do any of this, man. I don't know how to. Oh, okay. Just do it like this. Okay. So this will have like frost, now let's not do cast speed or damage multiplier. We'll do physical appearance. Can I spell ingredient? Sheesh. Did I spell it right? No. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I didn't spell it right. Man, I cannot spell. Sheesh. Alright. So like frost, and then physical appearance, let's say purple. Well, physical appearance. Oh, so let's do damage type, color, color, size, right? Shape. Is that gonna be enough? So is that gonna be enough? Right? We'll have to create a table. We'll have to create a table with all the weights. And I think I'll have to do that within this. Not in the game concept category, but something in like the game, like a subheading of the gameplay category. Purple, size, small, and then shape, circular, spherical. Oh. Is that how you spell spherical? Cow. Okay. Alright. So that's just like an example. We can always come back and edit this. We have to define damage types at some point. Man, it's been 35 minutes already? Key features. We can do dungeon diving. Item set bonuses is something I want to talk about. So, heading 4, right? Item set bonuses. Um, do I want to organize this differently and have each key feature have their own page? Okay, I think here's how I want to do it. We'll have key features, and then we'll have spell crafting. Okay. Item set bonuses. Item set bonuses. What else are we gonna put in here? Boss fights. Dungeon diving. Home upgrades. We'll put item set bonuses as loot. Yeah. Delete all that. And then we'll make this its own page. Whoa. Alright, why is it doing that? Why is it doing that? Why are you doing that? I don't comprehend. Why is it doing this? Right? Why is it but then I went back. I don't know. Is it because it's a heading? Yeah, it's because it's a heading. And then we'll link this to Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh God. Man. Bugging it out. Okay. It's gonna take a while to even get into creating these systems, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, these can change. All this stuff can change. This is what I'm aiming for, but like, we're working there, and we finally get there, and then something just doesn't fit what we built. We don't like. I don't like how it feels, or I want to go, you know, pull a Destiny and only like focus on like have like a Holy Trinity kind of thing. Like what theirs is solar arc and void, right? Like, you know, so many things can change. Um, but I think that's a good stopping point for this video. Um, I need to get up and walk around for a little bit. So I'll probably get back to it here in a bit. Um, but until then, I'll see you guys.